Good morning. Let's try that again. It does work. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to White River Buddhist Temple. Today is January 12th. Good to have you here today. We will start our service with Jusei Gei. You'll find that on page, my goodness, I can never remember. There it is. 23, yes, that is. I should remember that number. It's a great number.
Can I please ask everyone to put your palms together in gassho or bow your head in contemplation and respect as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Anna, Namo Anna, Namo. 都是在手中，心安呀国家，大勢のかの国書店に統治名家生なむ生なむ生なむ生なむ生なむ生なむがにしぐのぐみょうのせいさいのほんもないしおうじょうあなこCan I please ask everyone to once more put your palms together in gasho or bow your head in contemplation and respect as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Naps, Namo Naps, Namo Naps.
Well, if you are able, please rise and we will have the reading of the three treasures. You'll find that on page 3 of your service book, and remain standing after the reading for our gatha or song. Three treasures. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amidabhats, Namo Amidabhats. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. So if you will please turn to page 178. Today's song or gatha is The Texture of Life. 178. Thank you. You may be seated. Now we will have our Dharma message from Reverend Cindy.
Can I ask everyone to please put your hands together in gasho, or bow your head in contemplation and respect, as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nops, Namo Nops. Hello, everyone. And Happy New Year to everybody who is joining us in since the New Year. I hope you all are doing well. Really quickly, I want to sidebar real quick and just really say that I believe all our minds here are on, our thoughts are on those who are in California who are experiencing the wildfires. So I just want to say here, we'll also make an announcement during the announcement portion of the service that we are all thinking about everybody in the LA area. We do know that though the temples are safe, that some of the members of the various southern district temples are have either lost their home or evacuated, and many others are experiencing the smoke and ash from those fires. So we are thinking about them at this moment, and as we will announce later, we will be doing our best to help support them during these times. So I apologize for that sidebar, but it is affecting all of us because we all know people in California and we're all worried about them. So today, I would like to talk about something that's a little harder, and I apologize. This might be a little bit of a more longer Dharma message, but I will try my best to shorten it as much as possible. Just hard for someone like me with a microphone. So this coming weekend, next weekend, we will be observing our Hongo service. And for us Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, that is the most observed service. And it is mainly because Hongo is the day that the founder, our founder, again, I put it in quotation marks because he didn't think of himself as a founder, Shinan Shonin, the one, unfortunately this side of the room can't see it too much behind the podium, but his picture is behind me. He is the quote-unquote founder of our school of Buddhism. And January 16th, according to the solar calendar, is when he passed. And so we observe Hongo as the most observed day in our school of Buddhism because it is the day that he passed away in this world and was born in Amida Buddhist Pure Land. Because that is all about what Jodo Shinshu is. Not really the passing part, but the, it is the fact that when he passed, that is when we observe that he became a Buddha and then immediately came back to this world to guide us. That is in Jodo Shinshu. And so what I really wanted to talk about in regards to that was that yesterday Seattle Betsuin had a seminar all day long. The English session was in the afternoon. There was a Japanese session in the morning. And I attended the Japanese session. And the guest speaker was Reverend Dr. Takashi Miyaji. He is currently the resident minister of the Southern Alameda Buddhist Temple. That's in the Bay Area. So he and his wife and son are not affected by the wildfires. And he is currently the dean of the Institute of Buddhist Studies. And I enjoy always listening to him speak because he does have a doctorate in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. and he has a lot to say in many different ways. So one of the things that was talked about in the Japanese session was the point, and I should say point that we don't talk about here in the Buddhist Churches of America, BCA, a lot. And that is the point about this word called shinjin. And that's why I said it's going to take a little while, because even talking about the basic part of this word shinjin is super hard, which is why we don't really talk about it, even though the concept is really easy. Because this is the part of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism that's probably the hardest to quote-unquote accept. And so I'm going to try my best to at least state why it is so hard. And if I were to do a elevator talk, right, 30 seconds, the only thing you would be able to say is Namo Amida Butsu. That's how simple it is, but how complicated it is. And so I'm going to try my best, again, for, in a way, a elevator Dharma message about Shinjin, okay? Because Shinjin touches every aspect of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. And so I'm also looking at my watch, because I'm also going to try to limit myself too, in a way. So Shinjin, one of the reasons why is I think it's hard to talk about in English especially, is that we always try to want to define the word in English. And that's what makes it so hard to understand. Because this word shinjin, it's not able to be accurately expressed in English. And so, but at the same time, it's also realizing that I'm pretty sure when you heard the word shinjin, a part of your mind did shut off. And it's totally fine, because psychologically, that's what your mind does, is that when it hears a word that it doesn't know, it does shut off a little bit, right? And that's entirely fine, which is why we don't talk about it very much, because we know nobody's listening at that moment. But these English words don't accurately describe what shinjin is, because it's so much more. The two examples are, people like to call it the entrusting heart, which is not too far off from the translation. But they also, they also say that it is faith. And especially that word I don't like, because it's not really faith. It is a part of faith, but it isn't exactly what we think in regards to faith. Because it isn't blind faith. Shinjin isn't blind faith. You're welcome to have any scruples with anything in our school of Buddhism. It is okay to be not okay with certain aspects of our school of Buddhism and ask questions. You do not have to blindly follow Jodo Shinshu. We encourage you to find your own way into understanding Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. And so that's the reason why I do not like to translate this word shinjin. So this word shinjin is actually taken from two Chinese characters, and I apologize for not printing them out. But the first word is makoto. And if you were to put it as a verb, it's shinjuru or shinzuru. It means to believe or to trust. And I apologize for taking out my phone right now, but partially because I did not remember the definition quote on makoto. But I really, I more lean towards these in an aspect of shinjin. And makoto is translated, according to this dictionary, sincerity, fidelity, devotion. Sincerity, fidelity, devotion. But the problem is that that's only an aspect of Shinjin. It's not the entire thing. And the second word or character is Shin or Kokoro, which is heart. But in Eastern understanding, the heart can also mean the mind. So we always like to call it heart-mind. So Shinjin has to do with your heart and, in a way, entrusting. But the problem is that it's not exactly all that. And that's why I really want to, this year / coming years, to solely talk about Shinjin. Because it is so hard to describe and understand that I can't do it in 15 to 20 minutes with you all today. And even yesterday, we only talked about one aspect of Shinjin. And that was for 1.5 hours. It's not enough. Because even when Ryukoku University, the university that Art School of Buddhism is associated with in Kyoto, Japan, they take one word and they talk about it for a full semester. And even that, I don't think they finished that word. So that is Shinjin. It's continually, how should I say this? How should I say this? It's the way you think of Shinjin continuously evolves as you start understanding the word. And it's totally fine if you don't understand it at all, because I don't think I'm doing a good job at all of explaining it. But that's why for these coming years, as long as I'm here at the White River Buddhist Temple, I would like to solely talk about Shinjin a lot more. Again, I'm trying to limit myself to another 3 to 5 minutes here. But one of the examples I liked that Miyaji Sensei talked about yesterday was very close to, in a way, our understanding of Shinjin. And Shinjin is the understanding that everybody is given this. Everybody indiscriminately is given this from Amida Buddha. Right, the Buddha of immeasurable light and infinite light, the Buddha of infinite wisdom and compassion. We are each given this gift. And I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I enjoyed games. And so if a game didn't pop out of that box when I opened it for Christmas and my birthdays, I would get upset. That wouldn't be what I wanted. What Miyaji Sensei said this example was like, is that we are each given this gift from Amida Buddha. The one thing is that each present is specifically tailored to you individually. The one thing is that will you accept this as a gift? And each person is on a different level. And again, our temple is very inclusive, meaning that even if you don't want this gift, you're able to be here. If you look at this gift and say, I don't want it now, that's entirely fine. If you look at this gift and you say, I'll just peek in a little bit and then close it again, that's entirely fine. If you decide to take this gift and open it and leave it open, you are welcome to be here as well. There are many different levels of, well, I shouldn't say levels, ways that you can accept this gift. As a child, again, if it was not games, I would not accept it. That was the same thing with Shinjin in regards to me realizing this gift that Amida Buddha gives me. Now, as to, and this becomes a different aspect of Shinjin, as to know that you have that gift, even I don't know if I have that gift. This is the whole point of Buddhism that like you have it, but you don't have it, but then you also have it. But it's also realizing that this gift should not be flaunted, right? So that's also another aspect of Shinjin. See, I'm talking about different aspects of Shinjin, and I don't know, again, if I'm accurately describing it nicely to you all. That's why it's so hard to talk about Shinjin. And so, again, as we go through this year, into next year, the following years, I look forward to exploring this word, Shinjin, with you all. And hoping that you will find what it means inside of you, what Shinjin is. And again, if you don't have it, or you don't think you have it right now, that's entirely fine. If you feel like you don't ever want it, that's entirely fine. You're welcome to still be here and explore with us. So, again, Shinjin is something we all receive. It is also something that everyone has the option to know they receive and to accept that. And it is when we realize this gift and fully accept it, when the meaning of Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha, becomes deeper. And so, again, I look forward to exploring this with you all as we go through 2025. And hopefully, I didn't confuse anybody here. Either that or made yourself ask questions more. Which again, please feel free to ask questions here. Do not blindly follow our teachings. Be yourself and be comfortable with asking, what does Namo Amida Butsu mean? So with that, and I apologize, I went over what I initially started looking at my watch for. But in closing, can I ask us to please put our hands together in Gassho, bow your head in contemplation and respect, as we think upon these words, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Naps, Namo Naps.
Thank you, Sensei, for your Dharma talk. I guess we will look forward to more editions of this in the future on the aspects of Shinjin. It reminds me of an old counterculture song. First there's a mountain, then there is no mountain, then there is. Anyway, my attempt at trying to understand. So, excuse me. If you are able, please rise, and we will have the song or Gatha Odoku-san 2 on page 152 or 153 of our beautiful purple book. (153) Please turn to page 8 of your service book for the daily creed of Jodo Shinshu. Please read along with me. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively. Understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection, I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall reflect and help others, working for the good of society. Namo Vidabats, Namo Vidabats, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you. You may be seated. Now it's time for any guests or first-timers that would like to make themselves known. Yeah. Hello. Welcome. Yes, good to see you. Would you like to give us your name and the little one too?
Yeah, I'm Rebecca, and this is Baby Ari.
Welcome to here. We're glad to have you. And please don't worry if Ari makes noise. That's fine. It's perfectly okay. It's all part of life. You know. Anyone else? Okay. So I guess we will have announcements. Many of these announcements are on our blue paper you'll find outside there if you need a copy.
Good morning. As Sensei had mentioned, everybody's well aware of the fires in the LA area, and I have heard that at least 5 members from the Pasadena Temple have lost their homes. So, and the Pasadena Temple, the fire was like a block away, and embers, went into the area. They were lucky that the people that lived right behind the temple jumped the fence and put out the embers. So the temple is still safe right now. Reverend Gibbs and his family had been evacuated out of the parsonage. I know that the LA Betsuin also took out all of their artifacts out of their hondo, although the fire wasn't very close, but you just didn't know. And they got all of the artifacts and the statue put away so that it would not be affected by the fire. But with that said, the social welfare will be sending out some sort of a notice, and we will be collecting funds to help those families and temples or anybody in the area there. I know it's going to be a long process for those folks. I mean, some of those, like Pacific Palisades, is just, it's devastated. There is no Pacific Palisades anymore. So I think, if all of us would, keep all of those people in your thoughts. I know there probably, many of you have friends down there that, have been impacted by this fire, and it'll be a long haul. So anything we can do to help, and as soon as I get the word on, the collection of that, I'll get the word out to all of our members. So anybody that can help. I know today the LA Betsuin was collecting water and things to distribute to the distribution centers where people are, they don't have anything. It's just pretty hard to fathom that. And I think, we count our blessings that we may complain about rain here, but I guess I'd rather have the rain than the dry and, just this one little spark and the wind that they have down there. So, again, please keep them in your mind. Okay, next week is Honko service, and after service, we are having our New Year's lunch and bingo. So everybody, today is the absolute last day to let us know if you're planning on staying for lunch. Lunch is $12, and it'll be a buffet lunch this year. Normally we have bentos. It's just, bentos have gotten so expensive, and it's just kind of hard for us to put together the bento, but we will have we'll be ordering food from Terry's Kitchen, and we'll have sushi and things like that. So if you have not let us know that you're going to join us for lunch next week, please let us know. You don't have to pay today if you don't have your checkbook or your credit card. That's fine. You can just pay next week, but we just need to get a head count so we make sure we have enough food for everyone. So thank you. And then I know last week I mentioned that Bob Akiyama had passed away. We will be doing funeral planning this week, and as soon as we know when that his service will be, we'll let everyone know on that as well. So thank you.
Just a reminder to the BWA members, we will start collecting dues. So next week's party is a good time to bring in your $20 cash check and continue your membership and help us spread the Dharma. So the closing words for our service, if you know them, if not, just listen along with me. My life is not only my life, but also the life of others' sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namo Me Tapas. Namo Tapas. Namanda. Namanda. Any of you who wish to may offer do Oshoko or blessing at our incense burner. And we will see you next week, and bring your appetite. There's going to be a lot of food on